Hello everyone and welcome to Reggiez Corner. Yes, we have reached part 2 of the 4th mission Singapore in our walkthrough of the game Battlefield 4, and in the first part we managed to snag 1 of the dog tags and 2 of the unique weapons. We also managed to almost reach the bronze medal level when it's coming to the score, and we ended it off in a car garage in the middle of a gunfight. So we will pick up just where we left off and push on ahead in what I think will be the second out of 3 videos for the story mission. So if you want to see what happens next, all you have to do is stay put, because now we continue. So here we are in part 2 in the garage where we left off in the first part, and we ended off by pushing this button to open this route for the tank. And there we, as you can see, have a enemy tank. And I usually try to take it out from in here, because you can restock with the open gadget stash, so that you don't have to burn through the ammunition when you're outside and can't resupply. So that is a little advice right off the bat. And when you feel that there are no tanks available to ambush you, you can sprint back to the tank that we parked a little ways back in the garage.
I'm not seeing the Airfield yet. We're on course. Just have to find the park. There! I set that wall!
And as per usual, keep notice of the small HUDs that you can see enemy tanks moving up. And we just got the bronze gold medal for this map. And you have a little stash on the right side as well, as you can see on the small HUD. And we have an enemy tag up on the right, so if you sneak forward a little bit, you can get, first of all, there's the guy there, and he's down. Then you can try to get the drop on the tank, which is out here on the right. And there we have that. This area that we are about to enter is one of the harder parts of this map. It's very open. That's another tank that is empty, so you don't really have to mind that one much. There will be quite a few tanks coming up in this area, and they have quite a reach because there isn't much cover. So what I usually try to do is either to sneak up on the far right and try to pick them off from a little bit of a distance, or if that turns out to be tricky, I usually do as I did in the garage, hide the tank and then try to do some damage on foot. But it's kind of up to you how you want to handle it. All in all, this is one of the tougher areas, however, so be prepared for some maybe some restarts of checkpoints and finding your strategy that works for you. There's usually one tank coming up almost straight ahead on this little road when you pull up here. And there it is. Usually take some cover behind this truck so that they can't get to us that easy. And that's that one out of commission. However, as you can see, the tank has taken a little bit of a slugging. And there's the next one. And as I say, I usually try to work my way behind this one so that they don't have that much angle to work with. And there's the next one. And at this point it might actually be worth to step outside the tank and recon the area to see if there are any more incoming. The ones that came in on the right always come in on the right, or at least when I've played through this, and I've done that about 4 or 5 times, so that is something that they usually do. But I would suggest taking a little peek on foot to see that everything is okay. You can always return to your tank later on anyway. And there's also a stash of supplies in the middle of this kind of park area. So if you need to resupply on anti-tank weapons and stuff like that, this is a good place to do it. Because we have both the weapon crate and the gadget stash. And we are supposed to push up on this area here. So through the sort of car park area here. And there will be quite a few guys on this area, and at the end there will also be another tank moving up. And that's the tank. And if possible, try to sneak up and use anti-tank weapons on it, because that really is what I consider the easiest path to do here. Because if you try to use your own tank, you have to maneuver up these little stairs, you might bump into stuff, and if you are unlucky, you will get stuck somewhere and they'll get an open shot at you, and that is usually that, so to speak. And when you move up here, try to get in a good position so that you can kneel down and then start picking people off as per usual. And there we have the vehicle destroyed. And I would also suggest, even though I'm not 100% sure that there will be more, but as I said, there is a little stash. So if you run out of ammunition for the anti-tank vehicles, just go back here, make sure that everything is as it should, and then push up again. The stashes can never run out of ammunition, so that's something you don't have to sort of think about. Use as much as you want and then refill. There are usually some guys behind these little, I'm not sure, mini gardens maybe, or decorations and palm trees. Other than that, pick the headshots as per usual and try to stay down when you don't need to be up. And I usually work my way through on the left side so that you have a little bit of cover. There are some guys way over there. And I usually try to hit them in the head if possible. That gives more points, as is kind of what it is in most of these games. And they have heavy weapons up there as well, so that's also why it's good to have as much cover as possible in this particular part. And there's the heavy weapon that they were using. And now there's some guys up there. Even though there looks to be one still alive in this area as well. Not the most noble thing to shoot someone in the back, but then again they had tanks, we had none, so they weren't exactly fair to us either. So when you're feeling somewhat secure, push up through these stairs, and we are about to find our next collectible of the level. For some reason they had noticed that we were there. Not really sure why though. That wasn't exactly the stealthy approach, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that gave us a chance to get some more headshots in, and that's always nice. So this area isn't very hard. Quite a vista. Anyway, pushing up through here, there will be like a little lounge area with a bar through these windows, and there will be some guys down there, I think, and you can get the drop on them. Yeah, they don't know you're there, so you can get an easy one headshot, and sometimes even two easy headshots. And there we have the silver. And these usually unlocks like a new weapon and stuff like that, which is very nice. It's a little bonus. And there we can see the last guy. See if we can get a headshot in as well. We could. So this is the area where we have the... I think you actually have to jump down through these windows. And you can hear the little ka-ching sound, and that's the collectible which can be found behind this bar right here. And here we have it, the second dog tag, armored column. So we now have 2 out of 3 dog tags for the mission.
Oh, jeez. It's chilled to the bone.
Bridge is there. Only the 4 of us left. We should get going.
It's totally exposed out there. Not fit for man or beast. We need a better plan.
Clouds are breaking up. The storm is settling. We're in a hurry.
I don't like this shit. What are you, crazy? The 4 of us against an army?
We discussed this mission in detail with Garrison, okay? He was well aware of the
No,
risks
you
going in.
discussed it. You discussed it behind my back.
What is your problem? You don't like having a woman in your squad?
I don't have a problem with women. I got a problem with liars!
Oh. Come on now. We have a mission to carry out. Think about the people back in the Valkyrie. People you saved. They are depending on us.
Fuck! Give me a hand, Wrecker. I don't trust her. She's hiding something. You keep an eye on her.
Back to double time.
And we are back on kind of a road area, and the same applies as did before. Use plenty of cover, move up when you feel sort of secure.
Only a matter of time before they'll bring them out. Come on! Slow won't hold for long.
It sure doesn't feel
And here's a little weapon stash. They're quite good at providing these for you along the way, so that you never run out of ammunition, and you always have the chance to kind of take the weapons that you want, especially seeing as if you collect stuff along the way, I think you get access to those weapons straight away.
Move behind the car. Stay low.
And even though there's a lot of action on this level, if you have the time, look around, because I think this is one of the more well-detailed maps in the campaign. And here once again we have opportunity to take some fast headshots. They will throw grenades as per usual, but we've seen this already. When they get the chance, they usually take out the grenades. So try to, you know, maneuver as much as possible, or at least be ready to maneuver if they start throwing the stuff out, because they will if they can. That bus should have been demolished by now, but oh, come on. That's more like it. And then you move out on the right side. Could be kind of hard to see where exactly you can do that. And then push up. And they usually will provide you with an opportunity to take a headshot if you just wait a little bit, because they will be trying to get at you, and then they have to expose themselves a little bit, and that is kind of when you strike, so to speak.
Contact! Get down the floor!
Target down!
Clear! Standing!
Okay, back to the car! Pow, bust the windows! Hannah, check the emergency brakes! On 3! 1, 2, 3!
Hey, we're getting there!
That was close.
We gotta get off this bridge. It's too dangerous.
We are not gonna leave you behind! No one gets left behind! Push!
Just give me your hand. He should be free. Why isn't it going? God
If he's
damn
stuck on
it!
something!
Straps! He's caught on the straps!
Get it! What is that?
It's a big ring!
Get him off! Get him off! Get him out! Get him out! Hold on to me! Stay with me!
That motherfucking water was cold.
Are you okay?
Where's that scum sucking piece of shit?
Keep it down.
So obviously that was a scripted piece of action. It happens every time. And the guys that rush you, I'm not sure if you can get the headshot in before the AIs take him down, but I usually try. And once again, you have the opportunity to get the drop on one of them, and usually both of them. And here's again, weapons crate. So, that was the end of part 2 of our walkthrough of Mission 4 of Battlefield 4. And we ended off having found 2 of 3 dog tags and 2 of 3 weapons, and we also have the silver Singapore level. So that is all good. In the last part we will probably wrap up this mission and hopefully get the gold level medal and all the collectibles. I hope that you fine viewers out there has had as good of a time as I've had, and that I will see you again in the next part. Until then, have the greatest of times, and as per usual, give your little souls away. Bye for now.